Hello, I'm Ricky, the Canine copywriter, and this is your no bullshit guide to marketing your online course. You might already have an online course, or you might be thinking about creating one. And the purpose of this webinar is to walk you through what marketing the online course looks like. So we hear a lot about, or you might have heard a lot about, setting up an online course as the passive income goal. Now, let's be honest, there's nothing passive about it, really. Setting up an online course can be a great stream of income, but you're certainly not going to be sat scratching your ass. Yeah, you're going to have to do a lot of marketing to channel people towards that course and to get them to buy it and part with their money. The online course space is really competitive, and unlike local services where you're competing with a small number of people in your local area, when you're competing in the online course space, you're competing globally, which is a very different beast. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that you've got to be really determined. You've got to really want to make it work. And you've got to really get your head around the marketing that's involved with making it happen. So that's what today is all about. There will be no tech advice in this webinar, no how to create your course advice. That is not my zone of genius. There are other people that can help you with that. My zone of genius is the marketing of your online course, and that is what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to look at my notes and I'm going to tell you the 5 things that we're covering today. So the first thing we're talking about is what you need before you launch. So you've set up your course. What do you need next? Then we're going to be talking about the ideal way for you to attract buyers. So you probably already know that you need some kind of lead magnet, but we're going to talk about the best kind of lead magnet to help you sell your online course. And then we are going to be talking about how to keep growing your audience. What do you do when all your super fans have bought and now your pool is dry? Where do you go? How do you get new people to buy your online course? Because if you want to have ongoing revenue, then you're going to need to have an ongoing, ever-growing audience. Then we're going to talk about creating content that does the hard graft for you. What can you do to have something constantly selling in the background for you? Not quite making you money while you sleep, but it's doing a little bit of the hard graft for you. And then we're going to talk about nurturing those leads that you gather through those steps that you've taken so far and turning them into buyers. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the signs that you're ready for ads. So that's a bit of a bonus content because in my line of work, I speak to a lot of people who have set up online courses, and often they come to me after they've spent a ton of money on ads. They've created their course and then they go and spunk a load of cash on Facebook ads or Google ads, and it doesn't work. And then they're left scratching their heads about where to go next with this passive income dream that they've been sold. So we're going to cover off when you're ready to spend on ads. And spoiler alert, it's only after you've done all of these other things. So we'll talk about that at the end. Okay, cool. So we're going to kick off with what is the thing that you need, or the things that you need before you're ready to launch. So you've created your course, you've picked your topic, your subject, your area of expertise and passion. You've put the hard graft in and you've made the course. What now? So the first thing you need to launch your online course is a sales page for that course. Typically, you'll be hosting that on whatever your course platform is. So maybe you're using Thinkific, Teachable, Kajabi, Newsendler, whatever. You need a page that you can send people to that tells them what's in the course, why should they care about it, what pain points are you solving, and obviously with a button to buy. So that is your foundation piece on which nothing else can work until you've got that in place. It's a really important piece of the puzzle. I'm not going to go in detail in this webinar about what you put on that page, but it is worth spending a decent amount of time on. It's not something to be rushed, because ultimately all the work you do after this point will be funneling people to that page. So if that page isn't written to convert, all of the other stuff that you do afterwards is going to be a slog to nothing if you haven't nailed your landing page. So that's step one. So you've created your course, you've created your landing page. And then you're going to go and you're going to take your landing page and you're going to share it into the world, right? So you're going to post it on your social media, you're going to send a link to your email list. You might be able to share it in local dog groups or national, international dog groups that you're in. But what are you going to do once you've exhausted all of those options and you've talked about it and all of your super fans have bought, and yeah, now the pool is dry. Where do you go next? So the next thing that you need is a lead magnet, which if you're creating an online course, probably isn't a new concept to you. A lead magnet is simply something that you're giving away for free in return for somebody's email address. And there's lots of different kind of lead magnets that you can create. So you could create a quiz, you could create an ebook, a checklist, you could create a webinar like this. You could create a mini course, a free course that you're going to give out. Or you could, of course, do some kind of challenge or workshop. So that might be a 1-day workshop or a 3 or 5-day challenge. Typically, people host these on Facebook. And then you funnel people into your sales process for selling your course. I recommend that if you're trying to sell an online course, that you choose a lead magnet format that matches what you're selling at the end. So I wouldn't recommend a PDF, an ebook, or a checklist or a quiz if you want to sell an online course, because ultimately you want to help people overcome any objections that they have to buying the course with your lead magnet. So common objections to online courses, particularly for dog training, are that online training doesn't work, or they won't be able to ask questions and they're going to get stuck, or, all of these kind of things. And the other thing is that they need the opportunity to overcome those. So to try a little bit of online training and see how it feels. And 2, they need the opportunity to get to know you a little bit, because you are going to be the differentiator between you and all the competition. The reason somebody buys your online dog training course over one of the competitors is going to be because of you, because they like you, they like your manner, they like the way that you train, they like the way that you talk about things. So having that opportunity to be able to present to them, whether in a live format, in a challenge, or in a webinar, or a free mini course, is going to be essential to helping them overcome their hurdles. So that is, for me, the ultimate choice of lead magnet for your online course. And the other thing to consider here when it comes to your lead magnet of choice is really carefully matching the topic of your lead magnet with the course that you're selling at the end. You want to be as specific as possible with who your audience for your course is and what pain problems they have, and what lead magnet you give them to bridge that gap, to bring them over to buying your ultimate course. So let's look at some examples. So if you had an online puppy training course, you want to ensure that your lead magnet is tackling something that, one, allows you to give people quick wins so that they can actually see results and be like, he or she knows what they're doing. This is good. I want more. And 2, it relates to the problem that they want to solve long term. So they're going to have more of a need for more help from you. So for puppy training, for example, that might be puppy biting, which is always a big one, puppy socialization, toilet training, perhaps. These are the kind of, loose topics that are going to be important to people, that they are going to need more help, and it clearly relates to the course that you're selling. So that's your lead magnet. Let's look at my notes. How are you going to keep? Your lead magnet needs a sales page, doesn't it? So you'll have your lead magnet, which you will promote. Ideally, you'll have it on your website. So you might have it on your homepage, on your services pages, and so on. But what you also need is a landing page that is specific for your lead magnet. The reason you need that is so that you can share that alone onto your social media, right? Or into your email list if you want to bring people into that particular email funnel. So you need a page that is specific for your lead magnet, that encourages people to download it in the first place. And then you need an email sequence that's going to follow that lead magnet, that takes them on a journey from downloading your lead magnet and slowly nurtures them towards buying your course. Typically, that would be like 3 to 5 emails that will follow your lead magnet that eventually ends with a pitch to buy the course. So that's your lead magnet covered off. I think I got everything there in the end. Nearly missed some quite vital points there, because there's a lot to consider. And this is why I'm doing this webinar, because there's an awful lot of talk about how to set up a course and why you should set up a course and all the rest of it, but there's not that much practical advice, certainly that I've seen, that actually walks you through all the mini steps of what to do with it once you've made it. So we've covered off your sales page, we've covered off your lead magnet, the type of lead magnet, topic, and what you need to promote that lead magnet. So a landing page for the lead magnet, feature it on random pages on your website, not random, related, and have an email sequence that follows. Okay, so they're your first 2 steps we've covered so far. Can you see how much marketing goes into this? Right. Third step is that you need to continually build your audience. Yeah, you need an ever-growing pool of people to sell this to. And that comes back into you as an individual. Yeah, it's a competitive space, but the thing that is going to make people buy your course over somebody else's is you showing up, sharing your opinions, and actually giving away value for free, which I know that people feel really uncomfortable about doing often, but it is vital, and it is not going to stop people parting with their money. It's going to do quite the opposite. So this is going to entail showing up. What does that mean? Yeah, we all hear, okay, you need to increase your visibility, you need to grow your audience. How? Like, that all feels very vague and unactionable. What do you need to do? So what you need to be doing is showing up on your social media as a first point of call. Okay, and that can take whatever format you're comfortable with. So if you like doing videos, brilliant. Do some short, snappy videos, helpful tips, answer the kind of hows, the whys, the whens, all of the kind of questions that relate to your course, yeah? All of the struggles that your puppy owners, your reactive dog owners, whatever, if you're doing breed-specific course, show up and show your expertise in that topic, because people have to believe and see that you're an expert in what it is you're selling for them to part with their money and buy your course. Yeah. So you can't be shy about that, and you can't let peer fear put you off. This is a huge thing, particularly for dog trainers. I know, everybody's got opinion on what everybody else is doing and whether it's right, and you're scared to say something in case you get torn down or slagged off. Ultimately, those other dog trainers or behaviorists are not going to buy your course. Okay. So please try and ignore all the noise around that and focus on the people that you want to help and the dogs that you want to help. They need to hear advice, your opinion, like, step into it, be bold about it, own it. It's okay. That is what's going to set you aside from all the other people offering all the similar courses. So if you want to make a success of an online course, you're going to have to get over any fears around, speaking out, essentially. So you're going to do that on your social media. You can also be creating YouTube content, reels, lives. You might want to consider going on podcasts, all of that kind of stuff. I would recommend that you don't get too caught up with all those external places that you can go and spread yourself really thin, writing guest blogs and doing podcasts and pitching to the press and all of that. Like, I'm not saying that it isn't valuable, but you need to stay on track and get your foundations in place before you go out and funnel all this extra attention your way. Okay. Because if you haven't put those foundations in place, when you then go out and get all these extra eyeballs on you, if you're not geared up and ready for that, and you don't quite look the part, you're not going to convert those visits. So you're going to have put in all this effort to bringing all these people to you, and then you've not finished doing your groundwork. So by all means do those things, but I'd recommend trying to do this in this order. sales page, lead magnet, email marketing, showing up on social media, sharing your lead magnet regularly. Yeah, don't forget that bit. That's quite important. Once a month, twice a month, share it, different caption. Make sure that you're constantly driving traffic to that page so that people download the free thing that you're offering, which is going to help them. Yeah. Okay, so that's continuing to build your audience. There's lots more that you can do beyond that, but to start with, show up, post regularly, share valuable content. That is my biggest tip here. Don't be scared of giving away too much for free. Okay, I give away an awful lot of free content. It does not stop people coming to me. In fact, it makes them want my help more because they're like, you know what you're talking about. I like this. Can you help me? Right. So let go of the fear of, oh, if I, give away my secret sauce, they're not going to come to me. Ultimately, they're going to need more than whatever it is you're giving away in a bit of free content. So don't, let that fear go. Right. So we've done what you need before you launch, ideal way to attract buyers, how to keep growing your audience. Next is creating content that does the hard graft for you. This is content that is going to sell on your behalf. Now, it might not make you money in reams while you sleep, but actually it should make you a little bit while you sleep once you build it. Okay. And what I'm talking about here is blog content. So you might roll your eyes. You might think, I don't want to do blog content. I really don't want to write blogs. I don't care, first of all, if they're blogs or vlogs. If you don't want to write blogs, that's fine. Create vlogs, video blogs instead, embed them on your website. You need to do one or the other, okay? And if you don't, then you're basically falling off where most of your competitors are falling off. Most of your competitors will have done the landing page, they'll have done the lead magnet, they'll be showing up on social media, and that's where it ends, yeah? So like large proportion of online course providers are going to drop off here. If you go onto Google and Google whatever course it is that you're trying to sell, so online reactive dog training, online puppy training, online collie training, whatever it is, what you're likely to find is after the ads, the people that are getting the top spots on Google have got an awful lot of blog content generally. And the reason for this is because it demonstrates your expertise. You're a subject matter expert. When you create a lot of blogs, it's very clear to both Google and people that you know your stuff. And that is really important when you're trying to stand out in a saturated market. This webinar is not about SEO. I'm not going to be talking about how to get yourself found on Google. But what's good for Google is good for people. Google operates on this mantra of serving people first. So whether you rank on Google or not, entirely different subject, a lot more that goes into that, doesn't matter. Creating that content, creating regular blog and vlog content that is related to whatever your course is about, is going to establish you as an expert. It's a platform for you to continue providing value, showing thought leadership. It gives people a reason to visit your site. So you share these blogs on your social media, in your email marketing, and it gives people a reason to keep coming back to your site. What do we want them to do when they get there? Okay, now this is the biggest mistake that I see in blogs generally, is that people forget to put links to important things in their blog. So they take the time, they write the blog, they pick a really good blog topic, they write a great blog. What I want you to do inside those blogs is two things. Provide a link, a sign up within that blog for whatever your lead magnet is, as long as it's related to the topic that you're covering in the blog, so that people can sign up there on the page and download your freebie. And somewhere else within that blog, I want you to make sure that there is a call to action to go and check out your course, and that you link to the course where they can find that sales page that you wrote right back at the beginning about the thing that you want to sell. Okay. And what that means is it's something else for you to share, right? So you've shared your lead magnet this month, you've shared your course this month on social media, or this week, or whatever your schedule is. Now you can share a blog, and that's also directing people to the same place. Yeah, you're still promoting that lead magnet, you're still promoting that course, whilst giving them value, whilst building know, like, and trust, which is really important. That is the foundation of your marketing, building that know, like, and trust with people. So that is step 4. Step 5 is nurturing the leads that you've worked so hard to get. You've done all of this work and you've got all of these people on your mailing list. What are you going to do with them now? again, this is where the rest of the people that didn't blog fall off at this email marketing bit. So get this right, and you're going to have a much stronger chance of making more course sales. What you need to be doing is emailing that list once they finish that email sequence. So they got your lead magnet, they got your 5 emails pitching in the course. And then generally most people just forget about them and don't email them. They email them 1 newsletter a month, but it doesn't really have anything relevant in it. Okay, you're not going to do that. What you're going to do, because you've been writing all these great blogs, haven't you? Or recording all these great vlogs, you're going to share them via email with people. They're getting a regular reminder of your course. They're slowly getting more know, like, and trust with you. And ideally, they're getting closer to buying. Yeah, some people, the marketing rule of 7 is that people need to see something 7 times before they take action. That is not putting the same message in front of them 7 times, the same ad, the same post, the same caption. Yeah, what you're doing here is you're building value in you. Oh, this person really knows what they're talking about. This person can really help me. This problem has not gone away, actually. I did this thing and it helped a little bit. It was really great, actually, what that person gave me in the freebie. But we're not done here. We need to finish. We need more help. And eventually they should buy your online course. So those are your kind of 5 steps to marketing your online course. It's not at all passive, is it? But if you like marketing and you're determined to make an online business succeed, then it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. And these are things that you can learn and get better at over time. You know, the more you blog, everybody's first blog is awful. Go and look at my old blogs, awful. I'm sure the blogs that I write now, I'll look at them in 2 years' time and be like, God, they were a pile of poo. It doesn't matter. Yeah, don't get hung up on what everybody else is doing. Try and stay focused. And what, you know, it'll be the same as the people that you're helping with their dogs, right? First time they do something, second time, they've got to learn the human skills to be able to teach their dog to do what they're doing. It takes time and it takes practice, but you can absolutely do it. You just need to start. So that's it. That's your kind of full whizzy, no bullshit guide to marketing your online course. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is your bonus content, when to pay for ads. So like I said at the beginning, lots of people come to me after they've spunked money on ads that haven't converted, because they think that their problem is traffic. So if they can just get the traffic, then they'll get the sales. And actually what we want to be doing is creating our own traffic first and making sure that it converts. So what that means is obviously you want to be funneling people to your sales page or your lead magnet, and you want to make sure that those people are then going on to buy the thing. Yeah, we've got to test that everything that we've created has worked before we start with ads, because otherwise what happens is, so like, you might come to me and say, well, Ricky, I've been running ads for my online puppy training course and I'm getting loads of clicks, but they're not converting. And do you know what I'm going to say to you? I'm going to say, all right, well, there could be loads of things at play here. It could be the copy on the ad. It could be the image on the ad. It could be the targeting of the ad. It could be that the sales page isn't very good. How are we going to know, right? Impossible. Because when you're testing something and trying to improve conversion, you're going to change one thing at a time. So let's take out testing the sales page with money. Don't pay for ads to test your sales page. Get your sales page out, do your blogs, do your showing up, your visibility stuff, drive the traffic that you can get yourself for free to your website, and test your sales page that way. When your sales page is converting with the organic traffic that you're getting, whether that's from social media, unpaid, or Google traffic that you're getting anyway to your site, whatever way that you're pushing, or whether it's through emails, whatever way you're pushing people to that page, make sure that it's unpaid first and that it converts. When you are happy that your sales page is doing its job and it is converting and people want to buy the product, and now you're ready to go for numbers, now you're ready for ads. You know your sales page works, you know the product is good, you know people want to buy it, you've got the price point right, you've got your sales copy right, it's all working. Now we want more people to find that page. That is when you pay for ads, because then if your ads don't convert, we know, okay, let's tweak the headline on that ad. Try that. let's change the picture, let's change the targeting, one thing at a time, and you'll be able to find out what's wrong with that ad and why it isn't converting. But if your page for your course wasn't converting in the first place, you're just literally tipping money down the drain. So don't do that. So yeah, that's it. That is the end of my no bullshit guide to marketing your online course. I hope that you found it helpful. I am going to be putting together some more training around each of these topics. So if you're interested in kind of learning more about how to put that sales page together, how to do your email marketing, what on earth to do with your blog marketing, then I will be sharing more information on that soon. But in the meantime, I hope that this has given you some kind of clear guide in terms of where you're at in that funnel, and what to focus on. Yeah, so I hope you found it helpful, and I will be popping into your inbox soon enough with an offer. If you've got any questions in the meantime, you just feel free to drop me an email at hello@thecaninecopywriter.co.uk anytime. All right, bye-bye.